Test, 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 test.
Nice to meet you. I'm gonna test that out.
Okay. Let me see where. Put it on here. Okay, is this, wait, can you hear from right here? Okay.
It's a super small room, so we have the volume low. It's mostly for the audio recording as well, and then you can put this where it's comfortable.
Can I clip it on this too? Or is that too? Okay. It's like, my pants are loose, so can't put them on there. They're gonna fall. Thank you. Yes. I do not actually. I have no idea.
There's like, I'm just like, pull on back. And then, am I, is this what I do on this?
That's okay. Look, it's okay because they'll all be here next year. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You have to turn the Wi-Fi off or else it does not work. Yeah. Yeah. Doug.
Come on, wait, I heard that. I heard that. That's my free accent. Where you go? That's the story. Okay. Working right over the border. Where's the line?
Did you find what page it was on?
What I did, start from the back and work the front. The opposite.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. Sounds good.
And I walked in and I called her Sarah. I was like, "Oh, good morning, Sarah." And I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yes. Yeah, you guys can all program me in if you ever need help with any sort of property management. Yes, Virginia. Does anybody already have a property management company? Or are you guys just interested? Oh, you do? Awesome.
I just probably.
Okay, all right. Awesome. Yay. Well, this is perfect for you then.
Yeah, well,
Mhm.
I'm still on brokerage, so I don't have the ties and the restrictions that require brokerage. Yeah, so. And also. I mean, I don't know how many
Mhm.
times I've talked to. Her about, you property management stuff in my area. And she's like, "Oh, that's great."
Mhm. Yeah.
Again, because.
Yay. That's awesome.
You know.
I was gonna say we had
So, yeah. I feel like
Awesome.
always
Thank
think
you.
about TV, right? Because you get asked. But that's kind of what happened to us, is we were selling a house and ended up finding out that there was more liens on the house than house was worth. So the liens fall off in like 4 years. And so they were like, we just don't run it out, just the liens fall off. And I was kind of like, okay, let's do this, right? Yeah. Absolutely, the military collects houses, but they collect the one.
Mhm. Mhm. It's a good half and half. Military. Mhm.
Cause y'all have, y'all have one right now. I know you have, obviously you have Pentagon, you have White House, you have, you have bowling.
Quantico.
Andrew. Yeah. It's kind of like, here we are. Right. We thought we're so fast.
No worries.
And you know, they have to. Thought about it, like the whole 5 minutes, I was saying that over, and I was like. How about you? Uh,
No, he didn't dive. He fell backwards. It was off the stair. Yeah, he did. And he was insisting that he didn't want to wear a helmet at first. And he like slammed his head back.
I wanted you were directing around. He swears to it. So I was on the ground and I said, Omar was like a dog. And all of a sudden I was like, here comes Omar.
Oh my gosh.
Trying to do it, and at one point, it was like the second time I was trying to do it, and I'm just like, if you never, what is that, if you, like I said, you would always like mix the colors right together, I was like, we're going to do like this, right, so I pulled off the green, and I moved it down behind me. Every time you fall, we went on the back. Like 95, I was dying. Well, they come from the White House. I was thinking like, they should keep their White House. Right.
When he said wipe out, I was like, what are we doing? I thought he was saying.
Workout clothes.
"Mm." That is funny.
I know. I can't remember who I was talking to though, and they were smaller, they were like, can you imagine, like, here I am, small movie, with like two bigger people. I can't remember who that was, that's all I was now, but. Oh, man, it's really, I think that's. So I had to. And I kept falling back. And then they're like, forward, I'm like.
Testing, testing.
Oh.
And her legs are from jumping off that thing and jumping off the cliff and grabbing the big bag. I know, but like, everyone else knows that.
I saw a couple people with cut up arms.
yeah?
Mhm. True.
But they all did.
As he just walked past. It's okay. I thought you were gonna talk bad about me, so I said I thought you were gonna talk bad about me, so. Good whenever. Okay. Where am I supposed to point this? Here, try again. There you go. Okay, cool. All right, so thank you guys for coming. My name is Amber Santa Ana, and right now I do manage 77 properties in the Northern Virginia area, or actually Virginia, DC, and Maryland. And really, I just want to share with you guys like how we got started and how overall, being realtors or real estate agents, you can really benefit and become overall a better real estate agent by, getting into property management. So we actually started off in the property, or we started off like before we were doing property management, we just had a real estate brokerage and we were working solely sales. And we had a lot of people that were asking us like, hey, do you guys have, property management? And we were like, no, that's not something that we do. And we ended up referring out all of our business that, we worked very hard to get. And we were just referring them out for free. So we knew that we had to jump on the opportunity and make a change and get started in property management. It's definitely a process, but overall, I mean, I think it can be, the potential is amazing. So first I want to go over some pros of becoming a property manager. I'll go ahead and put these all on. Oops. So some pros of becoming a property manager. So like I just said, we were giving away so much business that it was ridiculous. We worked very hard to keep these clients and we wanted to, be able to retain them for the future. When we're passing them along to other property management companies, we had the potential of losing them at that point. Some of them were coming back to us, some of them weren't. I mean, especially when they have this month-to-month, week-to-week, day-to-day relationship with their property managers. So there's very high potential for some residual income. It can be a slow start, but the demand is very high. So as you guys know, and as you can see, the room's not super filled. There's not a lot of property managers. There's not a lot of people that specialize in property management, but it's in very high demand, especially in the market that we're in right now. There's a lot of potential for growth and high profit margins. Same thing as in real estate. It offers you flexibility. It offers you the independent work-life balance. And then it's also a great real estate lead source. So everybody in property management is most like, or I don't know how it is for all the states, but more than likely you are in real estate or you're a real estate agent or broker. And it's a great lead source. Like I said, you're talking to these people daily, weekly, monthly, all the time, and you're keeping great relationships with these people, and they're going to come to you first, whether they want to buy another property, another rental property, or a property for themselves, whether they're in a situation where they need to sell, whatever the case may be, they're always going to go to you first, especially since you are building that relationship with them. And then over time, you really do become an expert with investors. So this is something that I actually see all the time. And I work with a lot of real estate agents, like outside our brokerage, inside our brokerage, that have no idea how to work with investors. And they always are, you know, and that's something that I offer to them as a property manager. I specialize in working with investors, knowing what they're looking for financially, knowing what they're looking for a home, what's going to make them money and not get them into a bad investment. So over time, as you start working, or as you work in property management, these things will definitely come to you. And it's like just simple things that you don't even notice. Like even, for example, inspections. Inspections has been something that's been huge for me, and working with my investors that are looking to buy, because they go into properties, or actually a lot of them are super busy, and they just send the agent out and they're like, let me know, or send me a video of what's going on. They don't have time to be going out to all these properties. They want to just find the best deal. So these agents, and I've had it happen so many times, where they take their video and the client puts an offer on the contract, and then he schedules the home inspection, all of that. He's like, hey, you know, I want to have this managed by you. Can you come out to the home inspection? Something that I'll do for, you know, especially my clients. And once I go out there, I'm like, oh my gosh, why would you do this? Why did this agent let this happen? Because they don't know what to look for. They don't know what investors want. They don't know what to look for. And then also at the same time, you have great potential for spotting and placing opportunities with, I mean, your peers, clients, anybody that you know. You can come across great deals for the investors that you already have. And you can also come across, you know, an investor that you may already work with that has something that they want to get rid of. So you do have, you know, the opportunity to place something for somebody else. And then, of course, building relationships and partnerships. Property management, it's a little bit different than working in real estate. As you know, you have your transaction. Maybe you're, you know, following up every once in a while with your clients. Maybe you have a good relationship with them. Maybe it's just, you know, just follow up from there to try and get that relationship. And then you have an immediate relationship for the transaction time period. Compared to property management, you know, depending on where we're at, it's years and years and years worth of talking to these people, and on a sometimes day-to-day basis. When we have the listings, you know, that's also something that we can handle as property managers. It kind of, I mean, we handle all of it basically. And then some of the cons of also becoming a property manager, which there is always, but very similar to real estate, honestly. I mean, it can be a slow financial start. It does require a lot of time commitment. It requires constant attention, communication, and coordination. Like, and I said again, daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, semi-annual, annual task of things that you just have to put into a system, and it's a cycle. I mean, you're going to keep doing them, and for multiple properties. And like real estate agents, you're going to be really good at problem solving very unique situations. The cool thing about property management is once you do come across a situation, you're probably going to deal with it again at some point. So figuring out these things and actually going through them is really beneficial for, I mean, overall, I mean, everything, because you're going to end up going through something similar again, but there's always different situations, always different situations. And then the battle for review. So I know that, you know, a lot of agents will ask for their, you know, reviews and what's it called? Yeah, reviews online and post that stuff. But when you're a property manager, you work with a lot of different people, and it can be a little bit difficult to actually get those reviews. You're working with applicants that may not be accepted, or people that get angry, or you go through one situation. Like I said, you have a great relationship with somebody for years and years and years, and then all it takes is one time that, something can blow up. So it is a battle for the review. And then also, potentially identity crisis. Everybody is a real estate agent here. So figuring out, if you want to stick to real estate and sales, or if you want to get into property management, which I think it's a great market. I think in the next couple of years, property management is going to be huge. All right, so how to get started in property management. Hold on. All right, so know the laws. So I heard somebody mention that they just got started with all their paperwork. So congratulations, that's amazing. Make sure you know the laws around property management in your area, your local laws, your state laws. Yeah, all of that stuff that is required. State requirements, if you need to be a broker or if you can be a salesperson in your state, register a company, pick a company name, find your CPA and an attorney. Make sure you set your business up right. It's very important to make sure that you're doing it right the first time, so you don't build something, put it on a cycle, and then it keeps, incorrectly. You definitely don't want to do that, because it's very hard to fix. Once you start building your business and you have multiple people coming in, it's better to set it up right first. And then a rental software. You definitely want to research and look. There's so many different rental softwares. I'll go over some of the ones that we use, but I didn't list all the softwares on there, just majority that we use, but there's so many different softwares. So you definitely want to do research and make sure that you figure out which one would be best for you. There are property managers, with 100+ properties that may not fit the same systems that like I use at 77. Set up separate bank accounts. So again, see your state laws, make sure that you're opening your operations, trust, escrow accounts, whatever your state requires. And then just money to keep in mind that will be coming in and out like through your hands, security deposits, rent, any bills, expenses, repairs, upcharging services, and then paying out landlords. So all of those are different, money that will be going through you that you have to consider. And then insurance, of course. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, insurance.
Uh-huh.
Is there an insurance that covers the landlords in case the tenant stops making a payment? I had some lead ask me about that, and I wasn't too sure.
Not that I'm aware of. I don't think so. Yeah, I was gonna say that would be pretty awesome. I would definitely recommend that to everybody, but I don't think that that's a thing. No.
Okay, all right, thanks.
All right, and then how to get started. Oops. How to get started. Okay, so I actually do residential property management. Since again, we started off doing property management from referrals only. Within this past year is when I actually started working with my coach through Club Wealth, actually, Tony. And he has helped me grow my business so much. So before, like I said, we were just doing referrals or clients that would come to us, asking for property management specifically. And then we were kind of just taking them. There was no specifics of what we were allowing. I mean, as long as it was in our area and something that we could get to, single family, condo, townhouse, whatever the case may be, that's what we started with. I don't recommend that. It can be very hard, very fast. So figure out if you want to stick with commercial and residential. And then, once you go from there, and I would base that off of what you do already in real estate, because that's probably a majority of where your sphere is going to come from. So figure out who is who. So especially if you're working in real estate and in property management, you're probably going to need a team, at least at some point. It's very time consuming. You cannot do real estate and property management at the same. If you can, I mean, props to you, but it's very hard, very difficult. And I don't recommend doing that without a team. So figure out who is who. Start with small targeted work. Figure out the areas that you need people in. You're going to figure out these processes. You're going to keep going through a cycle. And over time, you're going to start to realize where you need people at specific tasks. Determine your pricing. We'll go over that soon. But for management, setting up your internal process, finding rental property management software, finances, taxes. So all things to consider. What's involved, time management, working with landlords, tenants, applications. I didn't even add that one on there. Real estate agents, vendors, contractors, home warranties, insurances, condo and HOA associations, all of that stuff. There's a lot of people that you end up talking to, and there's a lot of people that you build relationships with. I think I'm stuck. Oh. I don't know why I did that. Sorry. Okay, so for pricing, you want to figure out what your monthly management fee is going to be for pricing. You can either go about this at a flat rate or a percentage based. So of course, the fees are going to vary depending on your market and the competition that's in your area. So you definitely want to make sure that you're looking to see what your competition is and what kind of rates that they charge. A lot of people do put that, directly like on their pages and things like that. So it's usually pretty easy to see. But fees will definitely vary, based off of, different factors of the houses and your market and services that you would provide. So size of the property, rental comps, type of property, condition of the property, location, the extent of the services needed. Home warranty coordination is a great one. That's a super easy upcharge. I mean, it's automatically, if they have a home warranty, if you guys have ever dealt with home warranty, which I'm sure you have, that it can take a really long time, especially when you're the one coordinating with the tenants for the claims of something that's wrong in their house. And it's a long process. So depending on what they need. No. Am I supposed to point it here? Okay, got it. Oops, one second.
So for pricing for percentage rate, do you know what is an ongoing percentage rate? Just on top of your head?
So in my market, so I'm in Virginia or DC, Maryland and Virginia. On average, it's about 10%.
10%?
Yeah.
And then how much do you see people usually charge flat fee for your area?
I mean, really, that definitely varies depending on, the rental rates of the property. So, I mean, because I actually have them split. Like I said, we started with referrals. So I've got properties as low at, I think my lowest rent is like $550, but my highest rent is like $3,700. So I've got a wide range of people, and I had to actually come up with different plans in place for people. So it kind of just depends on, and now we narrowed it down. So we're only working in a specific area, as before it was kind of, more everywhere, just trying to pick up properties, especially since they were referrals. Our clients were asking us for this. But I mean, we started off with $100. I think my lowest flat fee was like $85, but they can be as high as $250. I don't know, probably even more than that, depending on what market you're in.
The downside of the flat fee is that as the rent increases every year, your management fee doesn't.
Oh,
So we always, sorry, Amber, if I spoke too soon, but we chose to go percentage because as the rents increase, so does our fee, which is really important, something to think about.
question?
I was gonna wait until the end, but so you mentioned an upcharge for home warranty services. How does that work? What do you all, is a flat fee that you charge when you deal with the home warranties?
So I'm saying for the management fee. So actually I include it in the management. So once, once I have a potential client in hand, I'm addressing, the property and everything that they have with it. If they tell me that they have a home warranty, they automatically go up.
So it goes from 10 to,
Well, they wouldn't have those at first, because what it is, it's a list of the services that we offer.
okay,
And then if they have a home warranty, the home warranty is not on the lower plan. So they have to automatically move up. If that makes sense.
gotcha. So you have tiers that go up on your
Yes,
percentages.
yes. Yeah,
Um,
menu. Yeah, depending on the services. And that's probably the main one that I can think of. I mean, home warranties, that's the most common one that you see.
Are you willing to share that at some point?
I don't have a copy of it, but I can show, yeah, for sure. I mean,
I'll give you my email.
Okay, yeah, absolutely.
Thanks.
All right. So yeah, thank you for sharing that, by the way. Yes, that is a very good point. Flat rates, that is the downside about having, flat rate versus percentage is when every year, the rents increase. There's usually a rent increase even with renewals. So do your management fees if you have a percentage.
I just wanted to ask you a question too about the home warranties.
Mhm.
Because in our market, it was always that the home warranties were, in my eyes, seem to be a little bit better for property managers.
Mhm.
But you're saying in your experience with the home warranties, the coordination of it is time consuming.
Yes. Yeah, the time, very time consuming.
Because our investors like those home warranties because
Oh, of course they love them. Yeah. Yeah. Mhm. Yes.
Like them for like smaller companies, for smaller property management companies, because you don't have to have a contractor. But once your business is big enough, you should have contractors that are already pretty much on salary. And that's when you really start to make money. But before that, if you just have contractors that you work with that charge good deals, your investors will love them. And then you don't have to deal with the harassment of those tenants, because trust me, when they're blowing up your phone, writing bad reviews online because the home warranty company hasn't sent out a heater person, like, that's not our fault. We have nothing to do with this. But of course they write bad reviews about us. So it's just one of those things you have to really think about when you're working with home warranties. I don't know any home warranties that do fast. If you guys know, please let us know.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. So
oh, we work with every home warranty
Mhm.
that's national, and I have to tell you, there's not one of them that will do a fast job.
Well, okay, to be fair, there are some of them have changed over the past like years worth. A lot of them have changed. I have worked with home warranties in the past that have worked with outside contractors if it's deemed to be an emergency situation and they can't get somebody out there. So those are the only situations that I've really come across where a home warranty is willing to work with us. But that again is if they feel it's an emergency. So the tenants think everything is an emergency all the time. But that, we have to let them know. And that's what we're constantly dealing with, is that it's not the case. Unfortunately, if something breaks, we can't just replace it the same day. Everything has to be ordered. I mean, even if it's parts, if it's a replacement for a full thing, we're the ones that take the heat on that. No, actually, no, yeah, that they wouldn't care. And also, I mean, at least for us, we do have an additional contract that it's like the Virginia Statement of Tenant Rights and Responsibilities that states that we do have up to 14 days to even touch something that needs to be repaired. Of course, we don't do that because we don't want tenants complaining, but that is the law. So for us. Mhm. Yeah, it's all. Yeah. So, all right. And then, so then you also want to figure out your targeted market. Oops, I didn't put this all on here. Let's see. Okay, so this is just a list. Keep in mind, this is not who you are renting to. That would be discriminatory. This is just for you to visualize who your clients are. So as we were talking a little bit before, we're in a very high military area. So that's what a majority of our clients are. I've got a lot of tenants that are military. But depending on your area, there's a ton of different things to consider. Why are renters choosing you? Again, do you work with single family, detached homes, townhouses, apartment complexes, condominiums, Airbnb, all of that good stuff? And then what makes you different from your competition? So with us, if you're working in a specialized area, so I guess it depends on everybody's market and what you're specializing in, but home features, especially if you work like in if you manage a complex or if you manage stuff very similar, you want to make sure that you're, pointing out all these different features that you may offer or things that you may offer as a management as a whole. So something that I have on a different slide is a resident benefit package. That's something that I offer that benefits the landlords and the tenants on both sides. So that's something that I always want to feature in all of my listings because I want to make sure, that tenants know that we, state that we have that, but that we're trying to give back to them at the same time to let them know that we do appreciate them. And then any amenities, locations, schools, universities, all of that. Oh, if you're located by that. How to increase your doors. So of course, you want to start off with a professional website. And that's what I was talking about. You want to put on there, at least the services that you offer on there and how you can benefit your clients. Provide relevant, quality, strategic content. So I don't know if you guys, or you will, if you signed up or if you have your email with any sort of home warranty, you guys probably know you get those emails that of just like in general tips or whatever the case may be, HVAC cleaning or simple tips of how to save energy. Home warranties send out all this stuff for you. You can just take those things and reword, but basically put those out to all of your clients also and put that out on your social media. People love that.
Alan, do you prefer we get to the end to ask questions? Are you okay with this?
No, I'm fine with this.
Okay, cool. So do you all have a separate website for your real estate sales and property management, or is it all on the same platform?
Two separate websites.
Two separate websites.
Yes, two separate names. Yeah,
Two separate names, two separate companies.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah, don't mix them.
Because it bit me in the butt. I had my rentals are in Edmondson Rentals LLC. Well, then we run our real estate team and they see my name associated with that. Well, how do you think that goes? And you all of a sudden you're looking up on your real estate page, you're getting bad reviews for property management. It's two total different businesses. Has nothing to do with anything.
Very important to have two separate companies for liability purposes and like everybody has mentioned, reviews.
So we've had a property management company now for 9 years and it's all been under the same name. And the review thing has bit us in the butt. But my accountant was mentioning that at this point, trying to separate the two and create a new setup would be a potentially an accounting nightmare for me. But I guess in terms of, moving forward, it makes sense to do so. But in terms of your, so accounting for like all of your accounts, so all of that stuff, two separate
Yes,
altogether.
all together. I've got it on here.
Touching on the websites, now that I know you guys use Buildium,
Mhm.
do you use the Buildium version website where it has got all your listings, or did you create another website like a WordPress site or something for it, or do you use as a website the one that's provided by Buildium?
I use the one with Buildium. I mean, shoot, that is provided for you, even easier. And it feeds out to all the rental websites. So you should definitely be posting your listings on there because it feeds out to all the other rental websites and it lists them all on there. Yeah, you can get amazing leads from that. Actually, a lot of people that I've got from there ended up being buyers. So it's a lot of good leads from there. It sends them out to all the websites. Definitely take advantage. If you have it, take advantage of
I
it.
have another question.
Uh-huh.
In reference to maintaining the company separate, right? The property management from the real estate.
Mhm.
So for example, I just filed, my real estate company is called Prosperity Real Estate and Associates. And I filed a DBA for Prosperity Management, right? Should it be completely separate?
We're all about reviews on a real estate company. Property management really don't care. All it is a crappy business.
Yeah.
If you have that review on real estate thing,
It'll affect you. And do you recommend just a DBA to be two separate DBAs, or would it have to be a completely separate corporation? Separate EIN? Okay, right, thanks. Yes.
So the only, I guess I'm thinking this is great, great information. In South Carolina, I'm in South Carolina, and so as an owner broker, I'm able to be the listed property manager as well, but I have a custom one that runs it. But if I do a separate company, I then need to have a concurrent broker's license. All right.
Do you have a way that you target military families specifically? Kelly, this might go towards you as well.
You're in your market, just like I am.
Military by owner, I mean, there's a ton of military like websites that we have in our area. I just post them all on there and those are actually the best leads. Those are the best leads that are on there.
So there is in every base, they have Facebook forums for social media. Get on those forums. That's where you want to be. Because then they're going to say, oh, I'm thinking about selling. I'm thinking about renting. You want to be the name that pops up. It's just like when you're on the Club Wealth Facebook page, right? When we see something in your area, we're tagging you and Donnie and all of you. You want to be that in your local market. And so that's the easy way to get into it without actually having to spend money into it as well.
So I'm an MRP and there's websites that tell you what bases usually transfer to your area. So you can find out which bases have the largest amount of vets coming to your area. And so you want to target those bases. So what I like to do is I put out my ads. And then if I do a Facebook ad, right? You can actually boost it or you can do an ad to that base area. So you don't advertise to your local area, you advertise to that bases area. And then all the people that are in that local area, which we already know who buys the houses and who rents the houses, it's the wives, it's not the husbands. And so we want to focus on Facebook because what are the wives doing all day? They're on Facebook playing around, right? So we put the ads out there and then suddenly they start seeing, oh, a home in the area that they're about to get transferred. Another really big tip is we all know the majority of PCS, the where they transfer them, they get their orders in February. So you want to start putting your ads out in February. So February now, okay, again, I'm not going to say that applies to all. There's always going to be people transferring all year long, but the majority of them get their orders in February, and military is extreme planners. So in February, they start looking. They haven't even got their orders yet, but they just got word, okay, I'm moving to DC or I'm moving to, South Carolina, North Carolina, wherever. And then they're like, okay, we're going to this space. And so they immediately start looking. And if your ads are already on there, they're clicking it and you got them because they don't know anybody else in the area. You got them. They're my favorite people. And stop not answering long distance numbers. Those are my favorite.
Those are my favorite too.
Because those are military coming in your area and they don't know anybody else. So always answer long distance numbers because those are the people that have they're not going to get stolen away from you because they don't know anybody else. But most people don't want to answer the phone because they're like, oh, it's a long distance number. It's probably a telemarketer. And then they don't answer and they miss out on the best leads. Those are the best leads ever. Sorry.
Hey, I appreciate it.
This is what happens when you have two high D personalities in audience. I just want to add to you, not every branch gets their orders in February. So whatever branch you have in your area, you need to see when they get their orders. A good majority of them might get them in February, but like the Air Force, they PCS in May and October. The Navy is all year long. The Coast Guard is in July, so they get their orders in February. So definitely see what branch is in your local area in order to see what that looks like. But she is right. Majority is February, but there is specialization in that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. they try to move during the summer. I mean, some of us have kids.
Thank you. But so going off of what you said with the Facebook stuff, that was actually what I was going to get into next. You want to build up your social media platforms, and Facebook is a huge one. I mean, I actually post I saw, and I think that they're changing it, but for as long as I can remember, we've always been posting our rental listings also on Facebook. If we have a rental, I'm posting it on the Facebook Marketplace. I don't know if that's changing. I saw something. I hope it doesn't change, but Facebook, extremely important. You're going to get a lot of leads through Facebook. Sending out newsletters, brochures, and actively networking. So networking is by far the biggest way that you actually increase your doors. Like I said, I mean, when we first got started in property management, it was from clients that we were already working with, and it was from referrals that our clients were, passing to us saying that, hey, they know somebody else that's interested in property management. And that's how we ended up, starting our company. So actively networking with all the people, there's so many different people that you talk to, contractors, vendors, even people like in the home warranties. Like you can have conversations with these people, and you're partnering up with all these people. They're going to give you referrals, and you can create, contractor agreements with these people as well, that we're benefiting each other, and we're continuously giving them work. They're giving us good prices, and then they also bring us people. So paid property management marketing, that's what she was saying, like the Facebook, you can target specific areas. Using a referral program, this is something that I do actually, and this has been huge for me for all the agents that I work with, is I do offer a referral program. So the agents that bring me, and can be anybody within our brokerage, outside our brokerage, if they bring me a property management that ends up signing with me, I give them a referral fee. And my referral fees, this is just from experience. At first we kind of started off with like more of a lower referral fee, but as you guys know, rental commissions, I mean, are not the highest commission. So we usually offer about what an average, rental commission would be for a referral. Because if you think about it, would you rather pay, one commission worth, or would you rather pay or for years and years and years of management fees and business? It pays off. So offering a good referral program for the agents that you work with, super beneficial. And I've had a lot of great responses, and as of here recently, especially since there's so many people that are working with investors or investors still trying to purchase homes, there's a lot of people that bring me leads. And I also offer unique services. Like another thing that I offer to the agents that I work with is I offer them rental comps. So rental comps are super easy. Comps in general, they don't take that long to run. A lot of agents don't work, and depending on your market too, there's a lot of agents that don't specifically work with rentals. I know that there's some MLSs that don't even put their rentals on the MLS. So offering unique services and getting comps for these agents that are working with their clients, they love it. They come to me all the time. Do I get every single one? No, but it takes me 5 minutes of my time. And then I'm like, hey, let's get on a 3-way call and let's have a conversation. And that's when I can, present how I might be able to help them further. Getting interviewed, again, by all the people that you work with. There's so many people that you can have them sponsor things. You could be a sponsor for them. Get interviewed with them. Contacting sellers, for sale by owners, for rent by owners. And then I already said, connecting with your local real estate agents. The best thing that you can do. For sale by owner, for rent by owner, expireds. Those are great leads that you definitely want to reach out to and show them the value that you can provide for them. All right, and then structure and staff. So there's different roles and responsibilities within property management and things that you must do. So I'm glad that we were talking about this. The number one thing is organize your bookkeeping. Check and update your finances weekly. I've done it before where we were doing it once a month and it got hard really fast. But if you're checking and updating it weekly, so much easier and a lot less that you have to actually worry about and less headache at the end of the month. And then learning each position. So like I said, it's a process. You're going to go through a cycle with all the properties that you end up gaining. You know, you're going to go through this very similar situations, standard processes that you want to learn every position so that you're able to figure out how you need to split that up and how many people you would need to bring on your team to be able to make this the most efficient.
I got something to add to this. We're not accountants. Okay, so
Absolutely.
if you have someone on your team that's qualified for this bookkeeping stuff, then have at it. But just like in our sales, you can outsource, and there are organizations or you know that specialize in this stuff that take that off of
Absolutely.
your hands. So don't think that you have to be the one doing the bookkeeping. Just like in sales, you can outsource a lot of this stuff to refine your business.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. So thank you. Yeah. Thank you you can outsource. Absolutely. And even if it is something that you want to do by yourself, it's always worth at least getting somebody to set it up for you and educate you and make sure that you're educating yourself at the same time that you're watching everything that they do, if that's something that you're going to do. All right. Alliances. You want as many people as possible. You want to know as many people as possible in every single industry that you could probably imagine. I mean, like there's so many that I could add on here too. But what do you say? Oh yeah, photographers. Oh my gosh. See?
So I was gonna say, one thing I didn't see on there is photographers that's helped us is, while everybody else is taking just straight photos with their phone, just hiring somebody to go in and take a couple of photos and then leverage those things on Fiverr for them to update the HDR makes a world of a difference, or maybe virtually stage one picture. It's like bananas how many leads we get from that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's a great point. I didn't add that one on here, but like I said, you want to know as many people as possible, because you're going to need them at some point. And yeah, so contractor agreements are something that you should consider if, partnering up with people, especially people that you work with often. I mean, like for handyman work or for like HVAC and plumbing, those are probably like the two most common ones that you'll see. You want contractor agreements with them. You want the best deals for your clients. And yeah, so here's just a list of the alliances and it will benefit you overall. So yes. I'm sorry.
So with your handyman, I guess they're kind of versed in various things. And so you pay them hourly, or you have full-time, part-time, and you all have enough work to keep them busy for the 80 hours?
Selling their house means most sellers will work their house. So we'll say, Mr. Seller, you can sell as is, or Mr. Seller, you can get these items done and we can list the property for a higher amount.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then guess what? They're like, oh, well, how much would it cost for painting? How much would it cost for, these little things?
And it's just like caulking, cleaning, new flooring. And because we collect the whole thing and then we pay, because remember, we're already paying. Yeah. And I mean, some of these properties, we make $60,000-$70,000 off the repairs.
Yeah, look, and that's what I was gonna say. That's also a main reason why we do have, staff, or we have handyman on staff, is because we have the real estate brokerage as well. And it definitely does benefit us. Yeah. And we actually have figured out a way, and we are working with people that will even get paid at closing. They will do the work and they will get paid at the closing. So there's a lot of different things that you could do. And that will definitely benefit and help. Go ahead.
Now, those handymen that you guys have, there's trades that you gotta get licensed in, right? You got roofing, electrical, plumbing.
Absolutely.
Your handymen are helping with that stuff as well? Okay,
No,
I'm just making sure.
Just cosmetic stuff. No. They're not doing any of the major repairs or things like that. But that's why I'm saying is that it benefits you to have contractor agreements for electricians, plumbers, HVAC people. You want contractor agreements with them because, I mean, electricians charge like $100 an hour or $100 for the first hour. And then it's like, they'll end up being there for a couple hours and charge you for their travel time too. You want contractor agreements with those people. The handyman is just for the cosmetic stuff. I would not have them do anything else. And if they are not licensed, if they're just doing cosmetic stuff, you want to make sure that you disclose that. Yes, absolutely. In writing.
And that I've wanted to ask someone of you guys' caliber for a long time is, we come across, like you said, deals all the time and we can't convert them to investor offers. They want to keep their house, maybe an inherited home. Do you guys have something in place where you'll say, well, fine, let's not keep it vacant. It needs this amount of repairs to get it to property management status. We will do that, but something on the other end. Do you guys have something like that in place?
Absolutely, yeah.
And so how do you begin to structure that? So how do you begin to structure that financially with a lawyer to be able to maybe do the first few months to recoup or?
Yeah, we do.
Make more money. I mean, if I really wanted to make more money, I could charge them interest on it, but I don't because we're already making enough money off the repairs. So I really don't care. So honestly, we front the money. So we front a lot of money, but it's okay. I don't worry about it. I'm going to get it all back plus some. And our clients really love us for that because it allows them the opportunity to do repairs and make more money when they wouldn't have been able to do so. So they love us. It's a value add that's huge. And they love it. So it makes us great money. It makes them great money and everybody's happy. So it's a win-win. And we disclose everything in writing. We make them sign several times because we want them to know that they are paying more by us fronting the money. And they can put it on a credit card now and get cheaper prices, or they can just let us handle it all. We're going to coordinate it. We're going to take care of everything. We're going to make the decisions and get everything taken care of. And then they'll pay us later. And we're okay with that. And they, most of the time, choose to just let us handle it. They're fine with paying extra money. They don't care.
Yeah, absolutely. And then just really quickly, since we're running out of time, I just want to, if you guys want to take a picture of this, this is just some of the systems that we use to help, make everything automatic. So, oh, okay, sorry. Just want to go through them really quickly so you guys can get some pictures at least. Yes, it is. Profit centers, just different things that you can make money off of, additional upcharges and things like that. If you want to take a picture of this one real quick. Did I miss it? Sorry. I want you guys to get them. Just expected expenses, payroll, marketing, overhead, all the other ones that I just listed of the systems, memberships. This is really, I was just going to go into about, I'm just going to skip this one. Overall, just to recap on everything, maintaining good relationship with tenants will get you sales or referrals. And then again, landlords, when they decide to sell, these are potential listings. And again, referrals. Property management is a great thing. Property management will overall make you a better real estate agent overall. And the more knowledgeable you are, I mean, the more people are going to, understand that and appreciate that and see your value. So, yeah, Home Partners of America, rent to buy. Yeah, rent to buy. All right, that was it. Thank you guys. Yes, please. Thank you. Okay. Networking.